My name is Emma Harrison, and my phone rang at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday in March. Mrs. Harrison, this is Jennifer from Tampa General Hospital, a nurse said. It's about your son, Michael. He's been admitted with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. We've been trying to reach his wife, Vanessa, for 3 days. 3 days? Is he okay? Can I talk to him? He's very weak, but he's been asking for you. Where is Vanessa? I don't know. Let me call her. We've tried. She's not answering. I was on the first flight to Florida. When I walked into Michael's hospital room, I barely recognized my son. He'd lost at least 50 pounds. His skin was gray. Mom. His voice was barely a whisper. Oh, baby, I'm here now. Where's Vanessa? He looked away. I don't know. Jennifer pulled me into the hallway. Your son has been alone since admission. No visitors except one friend. Vanessa hasn't been here once. She showed me Instagram on her phone. Vanessa's latest post from 2 hours ago showed her at a Miami beach resort, champagne in hand. Living my best life. My son is dying, and she's on vacation? There's more, Jennifer whispered. I overheard her on the phone asking someone how long after death she could collect life insurance. My hand started shaking. How long does he have? Weeks, maybe a month. Back in Michael's room, he told me the rest. Mom, Vanessa changed all my passwords. She has power of attorney. I can't access my bank accounts, he said weakly. I had $200,000 in savings. She transferred it somewhere. When did this happen? 2 months ago. She said if I didn't sign, she wouldn't pick up my pain medication. He started crying. I was in so much pain. I needed the medicine. That's extortion, Michael. I know, but what could I do? My sister Sarah arrived that evening from Atlanta. Where is that witch? Sarah demanded. Miami, celebrating. I showed her the Instagram posts. Sarah's face went red. Michael's dying and she's drinking cocktails? She's waiting for the insurance money, I said. There's a $500,000 life insurance policy. We need to do something. I looked at my dying son, abandoned by his wife. Oh, I'm not going to let her get away with anything. I called my friend Robert, a private investigator. I need everything on Vanessa Harrison, I said. Bank records, social media, phone records, everything. How fast do you need this? Yesterday. Robert called back within 6 hours. Emma, you're not going to believe this. Try me. Vanessa cleaned out 3 joint accounts totaling $247,000 and transferred it to an offshore account. She also took out a second life insurance policy worth $750,000 that Michael doesn't know about. She forged his signature? Looks that way. And she's been texting her boyfriend Derek about buying a house in Cabo once the situation resolves itself. Boyfriend? They've been together for 8 months. Want the screenshots? Send everything. Michael's best friend Tom came to the hospital. Emma, I tried to warn him months ago. What do you mean? She told me last Christmas she couldn't wait for him to die, Tom said. She said, he's rich and dying. I'll finally be free with money. Did you tell Michael? I tried. He didn't believe me. He thought I was jealous. This isn't your fault, but I need you to write down everything she said. Absolutely. Whatever helps. I hired a lawyer named Patricia Chen who specialized in financial abuse. This is exploitation and abandonment, Patricia said, reviewing the documents. We can file for emergency guardianship and freeze all accounts. How fast? I can file today. Hearing within 48 hours. What about criminal charges? Once we have guardianship, we'll turn everything over to the DA. With this evidence, she's looking at felony theft. I called Vanessa finally. Emma, what do you want? She sounded annoyed. I'm in Florida with Michael. Where are you? Taking time for myself. This has been stressful for me. I almost laughed. Stressful for you? Your husband is dying. Michael's being taken care of. I need a break. A break? He's dying alone while you're drinking cocktails with your boyfriend Derek. Silence. I don't know what you're talking about. I know about the missing $247,000. I know about the secret insurance policy. I know about the offshore accounts. You can't prove anything. Can't I? Come to Tampa General tomorrow at 2 p.m. We're having a family meeting. I'm busy. Be there, Vanessa, or the police will come find you. Vanessa walked into the hospital conference room 20 minutes late, wearing designer sunglasses. This better be important, she said. I canceled spa appointments. Michael was there in a wheelchair, along with Sarah, Patricia, Tom, Jennifer, and Robert. Vanessa's smile faded. What is this? Sit down, I said. She remained standing. I don't have to. Sit down. She sat, crossing her arms. Patricia opened a folder. Mrs. Harrison, I'm Patricia Chen, Emma's attorney. We're here to discuss your theft of $247,000. That's our money. I have power of attorney. Which you obtained through coercion, Patricia said. We have witnesses. Jennifer spoke up. I heard you tell Michael he had to sign the POA papers, or you wouldn't pick up his medications. You're making that up. I recorded that conversation. Security footage shows you forcing a barely conscious man to sign documents. Vanessa went pale. You can't record me without permission. Medical facilities are exempt when investigating abuse, Patricia said. That recording is now evidence. Robert slid papers across the table. These are your text messages with Derek. Only 3 more weeks if we're lucky. Then we're buying that house in Cabo. Who the hell are you? Private investigator. Here's another good one. Can't wait to be rich and free. You wrote that 4 days ago. Those are private. Not anymore, Robert said coldly. Vanessa stood up. I don't have to listen to this. Sit down, Michael said quietly. Everyone turned. It was the strongest his voice had sounded in days. Why, Vanessa? He asked, crying. Why did you do this? Michael, they're lying. Stop. Just stop lying. I loved you. Why did you steal from me? Why did you leave me to die alone? It wasn't personal. I needed the money. Needed it for what? For your boyfriend? For vacations while I'm dying? You don't understand the pressure I've been under. Pressure? Sarah jumped up. You abandoned a dying man for cocktails. Everyone expected me to be the perfect wife, playing nurse. That's what marriage means, Tom shouted, in sickness and in health. You made vows, Sarah added. Patricia held up her hand. Mrs. Harrison, we're filing for emergency guardianship. Emma will make all decisions for Michael. You can't do that. Judge Morrison granted it this morning. All accounts are frozen. The DA is reviewing fraud charges. Your power of attorney is revoked. Vanessa looked at Michael desperately. Baby, please, tell them this is a mistake. Michael turned his wheelchair away. Get out. Michael. I never want to see you again. Vanessa grabbed her purse. You'll regret this. No, I said quietly. You will. 2 weeks later, I organized a dinner at Michael's favorite restaurant. His friends filled 3 tables, his business partners, his neighbors, his college roommate from Seattle. Tom stood up with a glass. I want to say something about Vanessa. Everyone got quiet. She called me yesterday crying, asking me to convince Michael to take her back. What did you tell her? I told her to go to hell, Tom said. Emma's been here every single day. Sarah took leave from work. Where was Vanessa? Partying in Miami. Hear, hear! Someone shouted. Michael's neighbor Janet spoke. Vanessa called me too. She said Emma poisoned Michael against her. She poisoned herself by being a monster, Sarah said. She asked to stay at my house because she's being evicted, Janet continued. I said absolutely not. I don't harbor thieves. Good, I said firmly. Steve raised his glass. Emma, we're all here for Michael. Vanessa is dead to us. The room erupted in agreement. Later, my phone rang. Unknown number. Emma, it's Vanessa. Please, can we talk? No. I'm sorry. I made terrible mistakes. I was scared about money. You were scared? My son was dying. I still love Michael. Can I see him? Just once? No, he doesn't want to see you. Please, I have nowhere to go. The bank froze everything. Derek left me. My friends won't call back. I lost my job. I have nothing. That's what happens when you abandon your dying husband. I'll give back every penny. It's being returned through legal channels. Emma, please, have mercy. Did you have mercy on Michael when he was alone and scared? When he begged for medication and you used it to manipulate him? I was wrong. I know I was wrong. Michael is spending his final weeks surrounded by people who love him. That doesn't include you. Don't call again. I hung up. Sarah looked at me. She wanted forgiveness? She wanted money and a place to stay. She's broke and desperate. Patricia called the next day. Emma, news. Vanessa's being evicted. Derek testified against her for immunity. The DA is filing felony theft charges. Good. Michael's divorce is finalized. She gets nothing. 0. Thank God. She tried getting jobs at 3 companies. I made calls. She's unemployable in Tampa now. The best moment came when Michael smiled at me. Mom, thank you for fighting for me. Always, baby. Vanessa texted begging me to drop the charges. What did you say? I blocked her number. I should have listened to everyone. You loved her. That's not wrong. But she never loved me. She loved my money. And now she has neither. Michael lived 4 more weeks. He died peacefully, surrounded by me, Sarah, and his closest friends. Vanessa was not invited to the funeral. She tried to crash it. Tom and Steve blocked her at the door. You're not welcome here, Tom said firmly. You gave up that right. I just want to say goodbye, she pleaded. No, leave or we're calling the police. She left crying. 2 months later, Patricia called. Vanessa pleaded guilty to felony theft, 3 years in prison. Good. Derek got probation for cooperating. Vanessa's family disowned her. Nobody will take her calls. She's completely alone now? Completely. Her mother told me she's ashamed to have raised such a monster. Justice isn't always about prison sentences. Sometimes it's about someone losing everything because of their own greed. Vanessa wanted money and freedom. Instead, she got poverty, prison, and isolation. Meanwhile, Michael died knowing he was loved. Have you ever had to protect a loved one from someone who claimed to care about them? Sometimes the worst betrayal comes from the people closest to us. Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.